According to Churchill, according to the Chief of Staff of Hitler, his field marshal, according to even our own Secretary of State. And I think Churchill's words were not for Greece, we don't know how this would have turned out. It's important that not be forgotten. It's also important, and that's why we're here today, because it is part of what today, is to what Greece, and particularly the hierarchs of Greece, did during the Holocaust. According to the Wallenberg Foundation, only one national religious leader publicly, before the Nazi occupation, during the Nazi occupation, in front of them, challenged the Holocaust. And as many of you know, Archbishop Demetrios of Greece instructed his priests to list people in the Jewish community on their church rolls and to hide them, and told the Nazis that this should not be done, that they don't make distinctions in Greece between and among their citizens.
In 1978, Yad Vashem, the museum in Israel, awarded the title of Righteous Among the Nations to Metropolitan Chrysostomos. Chrysostomos, on receiving this honor, said that he was following the example of Archbishop Demetrios of Greece, who earlier, in fact, in March of 1943, after the first deportation trains left the Saloniki for Auschwitz, published an outspoken condemnation of the deportation of Greece's Jews. Demetrios was known to have said at the time, "I have taken up my cross, I spoke to the Lord and made up my mind to save as many Jewish souls as possible."
This is a story that needs to be told. It was a story that was long overdue to be told. It's a story for our children. And I remember asking Photini, "You're Greek. Why did you get involved in this?" And she told me, and she'll say it more eloquently than I am, it's not about us, it's about our children. It's making sure that this story never, ever disappears. This is not about the work that she's been doing over all these years, which I want to detail in just a second. It's not in the limelight. It's not what high-ranking people do. It's painstaking research by yourself, dim light in archives, trying to find the records that have often disappeared for many decades. What's important here is that Photini has kept this story alive. And as a very famous historian once said, to all of us, those who ignore history are condemned and fated to repeat it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this award is not only a great honor, it is a restart point in my career. Blessed with a huge experience and values that I couldn't dream before. When 2 decades ago I got involved in this endeavor, I promised to continue my efforts, my whole life, in disseminating knowledge about the Holocaust, in supporting human rights, in tolerance and combating anti-Semitism whenever phenomena of bigotry and hatred appear. Happily, I do not feel alone in this struggle. I have fellows who have been very supportive in my endeavor. Their willingness to assist me anytime I need their experience in the field of our common action, dare to consider them already as friends. Their friendship honors me and consists a valuable asset in my life.
So what happened? In 1944,
was again an atrocity and a monstrosity unheard of in history. And this is the following. You have a community, a Jewish community in Thessaloniki, not created a few years before, not immigrants from somewhere. The Jewish community in Thessaloniki was almost from the time of the creation of Thessaloniki as a city. The name Thessaloniki is the name of the sister of Alexander the Great. So it's a city founded in the 4th century BC, and the Jewish community was from the beginning, and we have plenty of evidence, but we have also the evidence in St. Paul's visit to Thessaloniki, histories about the Jewish synagogue. So in the year 1944, this community is there, has been there for 2,300 years. And it was exterminated completely. That's the illusion. You exterminate a community of such a long history, and you do that completely. It's a crime beyond description. Unbelievable. But it happened. The people who return now to Thessaloniki has a very limited population of Jewish people. But because they have been given the property, this community in Thessaloniki is financially helping plenty of Jewish communities all over the place. And they are generous.